Peace. So there's a couple of you, I say a couple, but there's a good 50 or 60 people that are on my timeline who do not have OCHA. Probably more than that. And there's a good 100 of you who don't even know what OCHA is. And then there's other folks who are like, OCHA, what's that? But I wanted to do this live because I was talking to an elder friend of mine. I'll be 13 in this tradition. I've been in this tradition since I was 18. I'm 40 years old. I was talking to an elder friend of mine. She's got 20, almost 21 years of Yemonja on her head. And we were talking about tradition and traditional values and what that means and what that looks like. And everything that I've been through in this tradition and everything that I've experienced in this tradition, good, bad, and indifferent, I can tell you unequivocally that if I was not crowned, I would not be alive right now. That is something that's like not even a ask of a question. This world is filled with so many varying levels of spiritual schmegma. I don't have another word for that. That we have not dealt with, that we are not even looking at, that we are not even trying to look at. And you okay, baby? I made spaghetti, and she is spaghetti. She eating the spaghetti, but I don't know, the spaghetti eating her. I don't know. If she busting it down, I tell you that much. She did not want to sit in her high chair. She wanted to sit next to mommy. Oh, don't hit me with the fork, though. Anyway, when we start looking at spirituality and what's out there in the world, there's so many, and I'll use words that we understand, and I'm going to use the words that we understand because it'll be easier for everybody. There are so many different types of demons, spirits, energies that are out there in the world, that the world, i.e. this white system that we've got here in America, does not prepare us to battle. One of the things that I like about every other country I've been to, with the exception of America, is that there's a conversation called social emotional development, and also looking outside of the box of Christianity about spirituality to the child. So there's a conversation about God in school. We don't have that here in America. So I think there are certain compassions and understandings and spiritual wherewithal that our children do not have. And why is that important? Because when I look at my timeline, I look at what's going on outside, there are so many people who are just so empty to themselves and and believe that they are doing something positive, but they're being attacked by spirits that have not been elevated, spirits that have not. Sorry, she's done eating now, and I don't want her to put red sauce all over my couch. Hold on one second. So spirits that have no one's prayed for them, spirits that did debaucherous things when they were alive. Those are the kind of spirits, that are out there in the world. And people just be conjuring up spirits. Hold on one second. Okay. The nature of the conversation that I was having with the elder was about people conjuring up shit that they don't know what they're conjuring up. And what it is to have respect for the tradition, for the self, for the spirit, for the development of spirit, and how we don't have that. We don't have that any longer in the world. People are doing and moving for the eye instead of looking at the community and making sure that everyone around them is good. It's so interesting, the levels and the depths of that selfishness, because there are many people who are sitting in the taking position, and that they believe that they're doing positive by the people around them, but because they're takers, They don't ever put anything back into the pot, so they're not cultivating anything. I know it's a random thought process and conversation, but I was really looking at people, and people are hollow, and they're not even eating whole food, so they're not whole. You know, my daughter's 2 years old, right? I can't show you her because she's super naked, but she's and she's running around. So she's 2 years old, but I look at her, I feed her whole food. I cultivate into her. I talk to her. I develop her ori, her inner God consciousness. I'm planning to have her initiated. Yo, I hit my elbow. Sorry. I'm planning to keep touching me with the sticky hands. Stop, little baby, please. Your hands are sticky. Ugh, I hate it. She just put her hands up my shirt. I plan on getting her initiated. I do things to develop her spiritually, and I look at her 2-year-old self compared to other 2-year-olds. They're not whole. I wish I could really help y'all understand what I see when I look at people. And then I have Odus, right? So my Odus are kind of interesting because they tell me that I can tell men about themselves all day long and it's going to always help them. That's why I have a lot of male friends, because I can tell a man exactly what he needs to do and he's going to do it, and it's going to put him exactly where he needs to be. But in that same breath, the Odus that I have tell me that I should not tell women about themselves because they usually become jealous. Stop, little baby. You cannot play with the fire. Look what she want to play with, y'all. Bless you, baby. Go do the silly dance. Silly, silly dance. Silly, silly dance. So I cannot tell women about themselves because they always take it the wrong way, and that is such the proven truth. But when I look at children, when I look at things, when I look at people, when I look at places, I have a hard time not telling people about themselves because they're just empty. And I can clearly see what's missing for them. Get yourself some whole. Whole is important. Whole foods, whole people, whole experiences. Be whole. You know, it's a lot of fake fuckery going on out here in the world. Just get you something whole. You know, I always complain about how I don't really have friends, and I'm always talking about that, but it's because my friends are my family. Like, I don't have any bosom buddies, but I have a whole bunch of people who I ain't related to, but if you, in a heartbeat, they would be like, oh no, that's my sister. You know, my best friend, I'll use my best friend for example. My best friend for the longest time, I'll be like, oh no, that's my brother. And my best friend and I look alike. We look like we could be related. Two Latino people. Two brown skinned Latino people. He's Panamanian, I'm Puerto Rican. And black. We used to say that was my brother. She wants to be on camera. Say hi. That's how you saying hi to the people? Hi. Wave hi. Don't stick your tongue out to the people. Wave hi. Don't stick your tongue out to the people. You're naked. You can't be on the camera. You can't show your lower half. That's child pornography. But yeah, so my best friend and I always be like, that's my brother. And people really were like, oh, that's your brother? I'm like, no. I don't have any family, biological family, but I have a whole bunch of family. I don't still have bosom buddies. Why is that important? Because I got whole people in my world. I have people in my world who I have cursed out, knocked down, drag out, fight. But I'll be like, you're not going nowhere, and I'll call you next week when I get over it. Stop, little baby, stop. Stop. So it's really important that you get some whole in your life. Whole people, whole things, whole moments, whole experiences. Full fat. We live in a plastic world. Like, make sure you're eating real foods. Make sure your watermelon has seeds. You know, there's so much going on in the world. Make sure that you understand that there are spiritual entities that are out there that are beyond just what you see. Spirit, you know, Sakafet Shefri. There's so many people out there in the world that are not aware of all of the spiritual things that are happening. But just try to figure out how to be whole. solid in your body. Like I look at my daughter, she's solid. She's 2, she's solid. Nothing about her is weak. She's a solid black girl. Like, solid African woman. Get you some hole in your life. That's what I've been thinking about, meditating on. I haven't been feeling good. My brain's been everywhere. I took the semester off from school because my brain literally is everywhere. Like it's split in 16 pieces right now. And I was really thinking about relationships and how we develop, and the only observation that I made across all boards is that we are not eating whole foods. We are not having whole conversations. Everything is truncated nowadays. We don't know how to sit in front of each other. This social distancing has really been making people really develop their social skills, literally, because we don't have any. I think God has made us non-archaic, because even though I'm talking to you via this Instagram or whatever the case may be, you have had to learn how to communicate with your coworkers and colleagues via this thing, but still feel present and say what you mean and mean what you say. It's been a lot of interesting things going on in the world. How we move, how we go. You have to show up whole, be your whole self, no matter where you are. And then on the political front of the same conversation, get paid what you're worth. It's one of the reasons why I will not lower the price of my product, because I'm actually not getting paid now. I don't make any product. I don't make any money off the product and shit. Because of the ingredients that I use. So I really, be whole. Be whole in all you do. And know that what you are doing and what you are saying and how you are doing what you're saying that you're doing is coming from the deepest parts of your heart, because it's unfair to play with people's time. It's unfair to play with your time. And it's unfair to the balance of the world to come in halfway. So be whole. If that's what I can leave you with, be whole in all you do. I'm not going to try to put some clothes on my child because she run around real naked. It took her a long time to finish dinner. She been eating that bowl of spaghetti for like 40 minutes. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Just whatever you do, be whole. And if you have a partner, talk to your partner about your true feelings, how you're feeling. That's one of the things that I like about my best friend and his wife. They talk to each other. Like they're not fake or fuckery. They talk to each other. It may take them, a while to work some shit out, but they talk to each other. Anyway, be whole, learn how to communicate. Have a good night. Peace, y'all.